Hey, welcome back to the Heart of the Homeland YouTube channel where we are sharing seasonal recipes and stories from the heart of the homeland. This week we're gonna roast a whole chicken and it's all gonna be in just one Dutch oven. We're gonna do some potatoes and onions with it. I like to do this once a week, especially leading up into the fall and winter, because each whole chicken that I can roast, not only do we get to eat on it, the chicken, make a meal or two out of it, but we're gonna use all of the bones to make a gorgeous stock, and then we can can all of that stock to use for soups throughout the fall and winter. And so I'm gonna show you how to do both today. So what I'm gonna do right now is I've got my oven preheating at 425, and then I've got a Dutch oven out, and we're gonna start dicing some potatoes. You can honestly, I would do either red or Yukon. I normally keep Yukon on hand because, I don't know, we like to fry potatoes, but they're also great as fries. They're great mashed, anything. I'm gonna go ahead and set these in the bottom. Okay, I've got my whole chicken. This is honestly pretty simple, pretty easy. All I'm going to do is take some butter. I'm gonna use a full stick. And I'm gonna just slice it into little bitty. So if you're not familiar with handling whole chickens, it's okay, you will be the more that you do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wings and I'm just gonna kind of push them back behind the bird. That way when it's cooking, these are gonna get all nice and crispy, and that's fine. Even if we don't like eat the little tips, we're gonna use it for our stock and it's great. So we're gonna push it back behind like this, and then I'm gonna come in right here where the neck would be, and you're just lifting up the skin. And so if you do that, you kind of break the membrane a little bit, and then you have underneath it will be the 2 chicken breasts. And so I'm just kind of loosening the membrane or the skin from it. I'm gonna use these little slab pieces of butter. Just kind of set them in there. So they're gonna melt whenever this is in the oven roasting. Just kind of put them anywhere and everywhere. That's gonna help keep it really juicy. When it cooks, give it great flavor. So that's what we've got right now. And then, so I'm gonna take some olive oil and just kind of coat the outside skin a little bit. And then I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, you can go with so many seasonings here, and I'm just gonna keep everything really basic. I'm not even gonna pre-measure everything. This is just generally what I'll do to get it in the oven, get it going. I'm gonna use some thyme, and I'm just gonna kind of loosely sprinkle that over. The same for rosemary. So it's kind of whatever your preference is. Whatever you like include, whatever you don't like. This is your chicken, do what you want. So that's gonna be my pepper and some salt. And if you like a little, like you can totally leave it like this. This is great, just these seasonings by itself, really herby, the buttery, it's gonna be so good. I like a little smoky flavor. And so smoked paprika is your best friend when it comes to chicken if you like kind of that smoky hint. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then she is ready to go. We're gonna put it right on top of our potatoes and onions. Okay, just like that. All right, I've got the oven preset to 425. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on this for about the first 35 or 40 minutes. And then after that, I'll take the lid off when it has about 20, 25 minutes left. You're looking at about an hour's time. It's really gonna depend upon the size of the chicken that you get. But 425, about an hour, that should get you about where you wanna be. You can check the temperature after that. You're looking for 165 internally. Look at that. Beautiful. Now I'll dish out all of the potatoes and the onions that were cooked and roasted in all those juices. Put them in a serving dish. This is where we'll put the chicken. Once you are done eating on the chicken or shredding it, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna add it to your stock pot, your crock pot with all of any leftover juices. Then you're gonna add in some carrots, onions, you can do garlic, celery, cover it with water, and then make sure you also add a little bit of apple cider vinegar because that's gonna help break down the bones to get all the good collagen. I'm gonna put bay leaves, rosemary, thyme, salt, and pepper. That's pretty basic. You can go as simple or as little as you need to, or however fancy you want. Put it on a lid and then set it to low for about 20 to 24 hours. It's been 24 hours, so our stock is good. You can leave it anywhere from like 12 to 36, so I normally do 24. So basically the carcass, the onions, celery, all the herbs, anything that you put in it, I'm just going to take a strainer and put it in a separate bowl. Now something I will like to do is I will blend any of the leftover chicken or the carrots in a blender with some water and then give it to the dogs, or you can even throw some of the scraps out to the chickens. They love it too. So nothing goes to waste. And then once you have pretty much everything out, I'll set this aside. And I'm gonna grab, here's my little trick, hold on. So here's what I do to make straining this a little bit simpler. I'm gonna grab my canning funnel and I'm gonna put it in a large jar, and then you can either use cheesecloth or like a reusable coffee filter, something like that. It'll catch everything, strain through it. And then I'm just going to fill up my jar. Now you've got a gorgeous stock, so your next step would be to either let this cool on the counter for a little while or put it in the fridge. What will happen is any fat from the chicken is going to solidify on the top. It'll become like a layer, and then you can just kind of break that up, scoop it out, give it to the chickens, give it to the dogs, and then you can either keep this in the fridge to use for soups or stews or whatever you need for the week, or you can can it. And so my next step this week will probably be to can it. So that is how you can do one whole chicken and then make a few meals out of it and make it go a lot farther. Thanks for stopping by to watch this Heart of the Homeland YouTube video. If you want other recipes or stories, you can go over to the heartofthehomeland.vlog and find more there. I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for stopping by.